Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am Ada. So today is March 8th. It is Women's International Day. And so we're going to talk about women that have made contributions, okay, in so many different ways, whether it's politically, economically, socially, or otherwise. But they have made a difference in the way that women are seen. They have empowered women. They have done things to empower other women. So we're going to talk about those women today, because gender equality or gender inequality doesn't just mean being able to work in the same working environment as a man or earning the same salary as a man. There's a lot more to it. We're talking about how women are viewed, how women are treated, how women are seen. In many countries, women are still being treated really unequal compared to men. So a lot of improvement in a lot of countries due to the work a lot of these men have done, but we still have a long way to go in many countries. I'm talking about, there's still like female genital mutilation in some countries. And still in some countries, women are not allowed to go to school or work. Women are being given away as a child bride. Those kind of things. We still need a lot of work in improving those things. And we need just not women, but we need men too to help with these beliefs and these practices. So in this video, I'm going to mention some of the women that have, paved the way, that have done work to improve some of these conditions in many of these, countries. So how did Women's International Day start? Okay, so it started in 1910 when a bunch of women gathered at a women's conference in Germany, and one of them, by the name of Claire, suggested that they should have such a gathering every year, and they voted on it. And by the next year, 1911, they did their first conference, and ever since then, it is held every year at this time on March 8th. All right, so that is how it came about. And there are colors that signify Women's International Day. And I'm wearing those colors. Hello, yes. And those colors are purple, which signifies or symbolizes justice and dignity. And then there's green. I'm wearing green. I'm wearing all the colors. So I know what's up. So yeah, green signifies, so we're going to talk about some of these women that have contributed to empowering us and getting us as far as we have come, some gender equality. Okay, so let's get on with it. The first woman that I'm going to talk about is Florence Nightingale. I studied nursing, and when I was in nursing school, I remember Florence Nightingale is known as the mother of nursing. Okay, she was the talk of everything we did. All right, we emulated everything. Everything we did was based on how Florence Nightingale practiced nursing, right? So she was a woman nurse. She became a nurse, and she went to take care of soldiers in the Crimean War, right? She was a woman who came from a rich family, and she really didn't have to do nursing, because nursing is not such a clean job, right? You have to clean sick people and take care of sick people, and back then the conditions were unsanitary, and her family frowned at her for wanting to do that, but she wanted to do it, and she did it. So the conditions were unsanitary in that where the soldiers were in the Crimean War, but she cleaned the place with her own hands. She developed ways to clean it and make it sanitary for them. And she even taught some of the soldiers that were healthy, to help her clean so that they could have a clean environment, so that the soldiers don't get infected from, the unsanitary conditions that they were in. And of course, when she was there, the doctors didn't welcome her because she's a woman, right? So she met a lot of resistance, but she did not let that stop her. So, that is how she paved the way. And with that, with her work, in the end, she was formally thanked by Queen Victoria for her work. And, her work kind of paved the way of how hospitals function these days, how nurses practice these days. So she made a difference, a huge difference in healthcare. So another person that made a difference is Coco Chanel. You guys have, gone to the stores, big shops. She's a big brand, okay? She was a woman who started she's a fashion icon. She learned how to sew at an early age and started off with making hats. And then she graduated to making clothes and then eventually to making perfumes. You've probably heard of Chanel No. 5. That is her cologne, right? So yeah, so she's an icon that have paved the way for women, that now know that they can be whatever they want. They can be a fashion icon. All the fashion icons we have after her, they looked up to her and followed her footsteps. And now we know that, if you want to be, if you want to make perfumes, you can. As a woman, you can do whatever you want to do, right? So such women paved the way for us. And this is why we honor them. Another woman is Katherine Hepburn. Katherine Hepburn, she was a Hollywood actress who paved the way for the way that women are seen in terms of how they dress, right? Because as a Hollywood actress, back then in the 1930s and 40s, they were expected to wear a dress and a skirt or a skirt. But she didn't see a reason why she had to be restricted to wearing a dress or a skirt. So she wore pants sometimes when she felt like wearing pants. And of course, at that time, they looked at her like she was crazy. But she didn't care, and she did her thing. And, but now she has paved the way for us to be able to wear pants. Like, I'm wearing pants right now. But, without her having taken that risk, we probably would be stuck still wearing skirts and be looked at as a crazy person if you wore pants, right? So then another person that we're going to honor is Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa, we all know her as, the angel who took care of poor people, right? That is how she's known. And I believe she received I believe they named her as saint in 2016, right? Because she took care of poor people. She dedicated her life to taking care of poor people. From the age of 12, she made the decision that she wanted to go to India and take care of the poor. And she did that until she died. So, and then what makes her really remarkable is not only that she did that, taking care of the poor, her whole life, but in the end, when she received the Nobel Peace Prize for her work, they were going to have a party for her to celebrate her, achievement. And she told them to give that money to those poor people that she was taking care of instead of having a party for her. Now, if that doesn't make her a saint, I don't know what does, right? So, next one is Margaret Thatcher. Margaret Thatcher became the first female prime minister of Great Britain, right? So that paved the way for other women to see themselves in that role, because before that, like, how dare you as a woman, like, nobody's going to vote for you. But she ran and they voted for her and she became the prime minister as a woman. So now other women have her to look up to, if they want to run for president or become a prime minister, they now know that a woman has done it, so I can too, right? So, yes. And then the next one is the Queen of England, right? The Queen of England, she has been queen since she was 25. When her father died, she took on the role, or she took over the crown and became the queen. Since then, she's in her 90s now. She has come a long way. I'm sure that is a huge job, a big responsibility on her head, as a female. So she is someone to look up to as well, because if she can handle all that limelight every day of your life, you are scrutinized for everything that you do, that is a huge responsibility, right? So, yes, I think we should honor her. And next is our very own Hillary Clinton, right? Hillary is the first woman in the United States to be chosen by our popular party to run for presidency, right? And although she didn't win, she made history. And in the eyes of a lot of women all over the world, she's an icon. She's a hero. She is someone to look up to, right? Yes. And then our very own Oprah Winfrey. So like I was saying, our very own Oprah Winfrey, the queen of talk shows, all right? So she started her career at a really young age as well. At 19, she became a newscaster, and then from there, she worked her way up to becoming the queen of talk shows, and now she has her own television network, and now she is the #1 interviewer of the world. That everybody wants to be interviewed by Oprah Winfrey, and she did an interview of Harry and Meghan last night. I hope you guys watched because I did. So now we know what happened. So anyways, Oprah is a philanthropist. She gives a lot of donations to and builds schools to improve the lives of girls and women. All right. So yes, she is our hero. She's one of our heroes, and one of our women that are doing amazing things to empower all of us. And then last but not least is Malala. Malala is a Pakistani girl who was shot by the Taliban because she wanted to go to school. And they don't approve of girls going to school there, so they shot her to stop her. And that made her famous, and now she uses her platform to educate girls all over the world to get an education. All right, so those are some of the women that have paved the way for us, okay, to empower us women to be the best that we can and to come as far as we have come in. So that's why we're using today to honor them and thank them for their work and contribution. All right, so that is the end of my video. I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe to my channel. And so that you can see my other videos that I'm gonna do, right? And if you are already subscribed, I thank you. And I still ask you to give me that thumbs up and comment on my video, all right? So until next time, I will see you.